you ladies are currently doing. Okay, yeah. In 2021, that was the time I actually decided to go through the same class you're going. My team was Starlight then. And I remember I met some very, very pretty and interesting ladies there as well. And it was everything you can think is going to be. It was challenging, moved me from my comfort zone, and I learned a lot and I'm still learning. And I will say to you, that was a stepping stone for me in 2022. Okay, that was 2022. Sorry, not 2021, 2022. And as I decided to take on this internship for 3 months, that was the beginning how I gained speed, and should I call it rocket science speed in my career. All right. Let's get in for what we have for today. Permit me to share my screen, this particular screen. Okay. Um, when you see me, yep, sure. When you see me not looking at the camera, I have some two bigger screens in front of me. So don't feel I'm ignoring you. No, I'm not. I'm just staring at one screen or the other, trying to gather up the information I want to share with you. Okay, it's going to be an interactive section. Okay, get the chat button up next to you because I'm going to be asking you some question, and I'll really, really appreciate answers coming through. So let me ask, why did you decide to go for this data science internship program? Just in few words, come on, type, type, type. Why do you as a person look at inside you? Why have I decided to spend my money and my time to come on to learning this internship, to come on to learn data science skills and tools, data analysis skills? Why have you done so? Is it just because you just see an opportunity to transition into tech? Okay, yeah, that's very good reason. Tech now is everything. Everybody is talking about tech. So why do you want to go into tech? Everybody wants to go into tech. But why do you even really, really want to go into tech? Yep. Any capacity, I like that one. Money and health, yes, yes, yes. Any capacity, true. Yes. I think I have heard what I needed to hear. It's not far fetched from what I thought, because I thought about, for me personally, what I wanted to do for myself when I decided to learn data science skills. Empowerment. I wanted to really empower myself. I didn't want to limit myself. One thing I did was to sit down and ask myself, what do I want to do that I will not be limited in terms of industry, in terms of area? Something like HR. In every organization, there is always an HR. Yeah, but in HR, there are some kind of specifics field, and there's kind of specific things with which you have to learn. Okay, and that was not it for me. Anything, I just felt no, HR is not for me, but there's something else I can do with other fields that it is needed. Something crucial is needed that at any time T they will need it. They will need for better decision making, or to make improvements in their products or services, or to be able to just do something better to project the company better and put it at the edge of the competition, utilizing my service to mankind. Yes, that's a good one as well. Then the empowerment, if I'm empowered, it will give me opportunity to be able to branch out into any kind of high demand role. Any kind, now think of any field in this 21st century that data is not being made use of? Is there any field you think? Do you think there's any field now that data is not being made use of? Data is not even mentioned. And then that led me to understand that I'm a mom, okay? I'm a daughter, I'm a wife. As women, we have these various responsibilities that is driving our attention at every point in time. Okay, you are a sibling, you are a granddaughter, you are working, and then you have to try to combine all these things, yet keep your own career moving or your own sanity or something that you have to do for you that does not have to do for somebody else, maybe for your children or your spouse or your father or your mother, but something that is your own in your own space, in your own field. Data analysis, data science, and anything data related gives you that strong capacity to be able to work from anywhere in the world. That is another driving factor for me. And then, of course, in this process, you grow. I discovered that I grew, okay, because it is going to stretch you. Your mind will be stretched, your mindset will be stretched, your capacity will be stretched, your thinking capability will be stretched, your time will be stretched. You will discover that 24 hours is not even enough for you. Okay, upskill myself and to remain relevant. Of course, if you don't, I really like that. If you don't, if you keep doing what you are doing in the next year, you will still end up being what you are the year you left. Okay, so if you don't try to make yourself more, it's not only in data science or data analysis skills. There are other things that which you have to really look into yourself to be able to realize that if I don't try to develop myself in various areas, then I'm just going to be where I was in the last 1 year. Nothing would have done. Nothing would have been different. I wouldn't have done anything for myself. Okay, so now with all this in mind, of course, expect challenges. Challenges are what refined us. Challenges uh, are what defines, refines, and then makes us who we are. So now, please type and tell me what you think are the challenges that you envisage to foresee or to encounter during this your 3 month training. Just type. Okay, this time around, I wouldn't want us to type. Okay, I really want us to have this interaction. But before then, I only put down a few. I only put down 3 because I know that there are so much more. And I would really like to hear from each and every one of us. Okay. I don't have a technical background. Lots of my friends right now in the tech field, I have someone that did law, and then under 3 months, she was able to transition smoothly into tech. Okay, so and that has just to do with a lot of determination from her part. So having no tech background is actually not a barrier. If I should ask how many people are from different backgrounds, I am sure I'm going to see a lot much more than I even thought would be possible. So I don't know where to start. Now you know where to start. You know where to start because you are in this program already. You know what you want for yourself, or even being here, that shows you know what you want for yourself. And that is really, really good. That is the starting point. Okay. Then the third one is I'm afraid to fail. This is something that I think would never leave would never leave me personally. For everything that I want to start or want to do, there is always that inner voice that just makes me feel that can you do this? Can you not? Okay. So it's something we just have to fight through and overcome. At every point, at one point or the other in our life, we might have even have faced this. Okay, so let me hear more reasons, more challenges you think you would face in this program. If you're not comfortable opening your Video, that's fine. Just say something.
I
Okay,
wish
that's
to
fine.
talk.
All right, Titilayo. Thank you, Titilayo. What do you envisage?
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah.
Um, my fear of myself being
Mm,
consistent, I hope I can pull through. I hope I
mm-hmm.
can complete the training. I am quick to lose interest and like just drop things halfway, but
Okay.
I'm determined to say this truth to the very end. Like
Okay,
I'm
what do you
determined. I
think?
hope.
What do you think you have to put in place to see yourself being consistent?
I
Just come
have
up with a
tried.
solution. Yeah.
I have tried an accountability partner before, but it doesn't work for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. It didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I the problem is myself, so I need to conquer
Mm.
myself. I need to conquer
Okay.
myself. That's
Okay.
I mean, I would just have to be motivating myself all the time
Mm.
to be able to but I determined to see this through.
Okay.
I'm determined to say this true.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
reason why I joined this class is
Mm.
because I have tried self-learning before,
Mm-hmm.
and I think self-learning is maybe what gets me tired. So like I'm
Mm-hmm.
very, very happy. I'm glad that um I would have a community and aunts to hold and tutors that I can,
Mm-hmm.
what's it called, maybe share my problem with. I have
Yeah.
someone, yeah. So I think I'm positive about this, that this is going to be a different story this time
Mm-hmm.
around. So
Okay.
hopefully it is. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. Titilayo, I also encountered what you also said. I lose interest easily, and accountability partner didn't work for me. But what I did that helped me was set out aside a time that I don't compromise. Even if it's 1 hour a day, this 1 hour between so time to so time, I must do it. Okay, so it's just something you owe to yourself that putting in 1 hour every day into something, you'll be amazed at how much you have learnt in a week. That's 1 hour is a lot. So try to put in a time with that. That will work. Working with different numbers can be mentally stressing, but I believe I can do it. Yeah, I absolutely believe and I can relate with that. With numbers can even be messy. It can even sometimes I just have to leave my decks and out of anger, I just walk out and I'm like, what's this? Why is this thing not happening? And but I will come back to it. And the key there is consistency. Okay. Have a mindset that have a pattern in which you must come back to it. Okay, if for me personally, I tell myself if I don't solve this thing within this week or within 3 days, I'll have to ask for help. And if after 3 days I ask for help, I'm still not getting it, then I'll now move to somebody higher, maybe Mr. Olayemi or somebody he has put in place in that position. Yeah, I absolutely believe you. Can I have two more, please? What do you envisage for yourself? This is something you will have to do for yourself, oh. It's something you have to sit down and learn and talk to yourself, okay? It is going to stretch you beyond your bounds. Trust me, because you can be doing one thing over and over and over again until you master it. And until you master it, that's when you can actually, when you get tired of doing something, that's when you know that, okay, I have actually known this thing. At first, it looks challenging, it looks fearful, but by the time you keep doing it over and over and over again, you know, there's something we call tacit knowledge. It just becomes a part of you. You just even do it and you not even realize that you have done it because you have become a master of it. Why? Because you keep doing it over and over again, even if it's just one line of code. Okay, that you just have to concentrate on and learn. That will actually really go a long way for you. Okay, is anybody still raising up their hand, please? All right. All right. Please, when you go back, just try to envisage yourself the kind of challenges you will learn because when you foresee challenges, when it comes, it won't hit you to your core. You have already, your subconscious mind have already anticipated this challenge, so you are much better equipped to be able to overcome that challenge. And okay, now we have started. You have started. Everything is going. The first class, second class, first week, second week is going. And how will you know that, okay, I am actually learning something? How will you know, okay, I'm taking home something? How will you know, okay, this is for me? Okay, this is where I am going to go. This is the part I am going to do. Maybe data science or health data science, or any other data analysis, or you want to be an SQL guru or anything. How will you know that, okay, this is the area that I am going to identify with? So explore the fields like coding. Of course, everything data, for one way or the other, you would have to code. Okay, and this coding is very easy, trust me. It's very easy. When you see some line of code, don't get so scared. Just always know that it is originating from somewhere. Okay, it's something has built up to that code, and some pieces of it, by the time you start looking at it, you now say, okay, this particular line of code is saying this, that particular line of code is saying that, and this will help you spike your interest. Okay, and by you are also learning the basics by trying to, when you see something big, always break it into bits. Okay, small things makes, is like you want to build a mountain. This, my kids have these blocks, these plain blocks that they'll just put together small pieces. At the end of the day, it becomes very whole and big thing, so for everything, for every basic you see, there is, for every big thing or how big it is, okay, there is always a small chunk of it that you have to understand. If you understand a small chunk, another small chunk, understand another small chunk, before you know it, you have known a lot that by the time you now put all together, you'll be able to hit your chest and say, yes, I'm a data scientist. That kind of feeling. Yes, that is the secret. Try to always get the little chunks, and the little chunks are the basics. And another thing that will actually really help is to join community. Now, this is a very good community. It was for me. Each time I hit a line of error of code that I cannot even try to debug or anything, I always meet my team people then in Starlight. Okay, have you done this? Have you done that? Okay, were you able to do this? Okay, wait, I'll call you at 2 a.m. Okay, I'll call you at 3 a.m. and then we can spend hours on it. And eventually we'll get it done. So that's the importance of community. And this is a community of women. I mean, now we we can't really like hide anything from each other when it comes to learning. The more you give, the more you share, that's the more you we even learn. And the more you know what you sometimes once they tell you, for me personally, if they tell me something in class, I may not even understand it. But by the time I now go back to my mates, the English, the kind of word or the kind of Yoruba or Igbo that my friend will explain that thing to me. Ah, a very good example was confusion matrix. Don't worry, you will learn it. When it comes to true positive, false positive, true negative, false negative. Just one analogy that a friend of mine gave me. Okay, just imagine that you think you are pregnant, and then you go to the hospital and then you saw that no, you are not pregnant, but you're actually pregnant, but it's because you tested too early. That's why you're showing you're not pregnant. Now that one is called false positive, you know so that kind of analogy, and I say, hey, so this is how it is. So that is why communities are very, very good. And you're going to be given a project as well. And this project, please don't take it lightly. Okay, don't take this project lightly, because it forms the basic rock. Now they can teach you a basic thing, and then the project that you are now given will now seem really big. My sisters, break it into chunks, break it into tiny bits. You see that it's not even hard safe, and then it will not be hard for you when you just stay consistent and keep doing it. Please make sure you take part of the project. During our time, Mr. Olayemi, after giving us the project and gave us deadline, after like a week, he gave another, okay, for those who are so busy that cannot really do the data science project, he now gave a Power BI project. And I will advise you now, you can do, if you're still doing something like that, you can still do the other smaller project just for your knowledge sake. But if you really want to go far, okay, if you really want to go far and you really want to hit the target of why you have even decided to invest your time, invest your energy, invest your money in these 3 months, do the project. Okay, do the project. And I make bold to say that if you do it, the lessons you will learn from it is what will stick with you. uh, in 2022 January, when I joined the cohort, the script Mr. Olayemi used to share and give us, and I still have them and I still use them. No, these are very, very powerful things that Data Lab is doing, and I'm really, really glad to be a part of it. And now, remember that it is not only okay now. It is don't only look at yourself that this starts and ends with me. No, that would be an error. This does not stand and end with you as a woman. As a woman, there are so many opportunities that is available to women in tech. Opportunities that I am humble enough to be able to take advantage of, and it has gotten me thus far. Opportunity that as a black you are even, and as a woman you are stepping into this field. Okay, the opportunities outside is amazing, especially in the Western world, because this is a field dominated by the male species. So if they now see even a woman trying to attempt to do something good, the kind of financial backing that that comes with, okay, less privilege, because you are black, because you are thin. Men, we are black and powerful, and that's why we can be able to do a lot of amazing things. So as a woman, you are even showing to the other women that are looking up to you, or that are not even or looking up to you, or that are not even seeing you, that don't even know you exist. Okay, by the time they say that, okay, this person is doing this thing, they too will be empowered, they too will feel encouraged that, okay, I can do this, despite being a mom, despite being a wife, despite being a church activity person, trying to serve, trying to do this, then I can do it too. So it does not start and end with you. There are a lot of other young girls coming up that you would show a perfect example to. For example, this lady, the founder of Girls Who Code, that is a typical example. She dared to come above the waters from where she is, and she was able to fuse together women in tech. So there are many opportunities that is available to us women in tech, and for you to even get to where you are, you have to even start. Starting is always the problem, but once you start, to keep going, having a community that encourages you to keep going, I'm telling you, the sky is even the beginning, is not even your limit. Yeah, so I'm going to take some questions now.
Okay, Miss Modupe, thank you so much. This is really a eye-opening, and basically, you actually brought us down to the practical part. This is not just the learning, but also an effort from our hand to put into learning as well.
Yeah.
I can remember back then when I also started, though all that I know today is self-learning.
Mm,
So it's all about commitment, and not everybody can be able to commit
mm-hmm,
to doing self-learning. And that's why I said the moment you identify your weakness,
mm-hmm.
then you are able to conquer your anxiety in order to learn and also to move further in your career. So
Yeah.
basically, I would say for everybody, because the truth is, it's really not easy, especially for us women. so many activities, so many work to do. But the truth is, we still need to create time.
Mm-hmm.
We still need to create time. So basically, I would say thank you so much for bringing this up. For every other person, for intent, please, if you have any question, you can raise up your hands while we ask. We open the mic for you to speak. You can just give us hands up. I think Titi Laya want to speak, right? You have a question, Titi.
Yeah, go ahead, today. Okay. There is already a question. Was it as a result of attending this course that got the opportunity for a PhD? Okay. Um, Let me just give you a brief of my journey. I will tell you basically that yes, this course was the kickstart of everything concerning my career. When I did this course, and I now saw some scholarship in the Masters in Artificial Intelligence and Data Analytics. So I put in for the Masters, and because of my knowledge of this, and self-learning and all that, like Damilola has said, I was able to graduate with distinction. Yeah, and after my graduation, I got a permanent job after before while I was still a student. Okay, and then while still on that job, I was still looking out for opportunities for women, the Black women in the Western world. And I got another opportunity with the UK Health Data Research Program for another 3 month internship. This was basically to do health data analysis, health data scientists with the Department of Health and Social Care here in the UK. And then that's after that, I was still looking out for opportunities. And then I now saw another uh, PhD opportunity that was meant for home students. Or if you're only a British citizen, that's when you are even allowed. But because of all this, my knowledge accumulations and readings and all that, I applied. Something that they say if you're only if you are British, you should apply. You should apply. Me, I am a firm believer of God. I still applied, and after the interview, I was the only black. I was the only female. They still gave me the PhD scholarship, which I'm going to start by next month, while still doing my permanent job, which I'm going to resign from. Yeah, hope that answers your question. Yes, so this course is a starting point for me. It was a starting point for me. I kid you not. Any other question, please? Okay, come on, ladies. We have like 4 minutes. No, your bachelor's degree does not matter. No, 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 no. I have a friend who works with Aviva now, the biggest insurance company in the UK, as a fraud detection data scientist, and she read law. She read bloody law. What is law have to do with data science? So it does not. All that matters is your mindset, your determination, and then your consistency, and then your pattern. Just like Damilola has said, you know, that is what really matters. Hi, Sheila. Yes, please. Yeah, Sheila, you want to ask a question? Is she typing? Okay. Ladies, for this last 3 minutes, please open up your cams if you're comfortable.
All right, Ma.
I think,
From my end, I also have a question, but I just
okay,
want them to ask.
yeah.
Yes. Um, I have two questions which I would want you to answer, and the first one is um, now looking at the women gender and in terms
Mhm,
of what advice would you give to women who feel intimidated by the male-dominated nature of tech industry?
mm,
Because the truth is, even for some of us who are good, let me use the word gurus,
mhm,
there's this intimidation within the data career whereby you see men and male gender, having so much edge in these areas. And by the time you
mhm.
ask some of them questions, they'll be like, there's this, your
Yeah,
rightful
like
place
what do
is
you
here
know?
thing. Yes. So
I know.
So how will what advice will you give to us or for women who feels that way? That's one question. And the
Okay.
other question is for women who are
Mm-hmm.
who are non-tech, that doesn't have an idea of a tech background.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what foundational skill do you think is most important for them to shift into the tech career world? So those two questions, ma.
All right. For the first question, you said feeling intimidated by men. One thing I've always known, I came to realize as a young lady was that we women are more powerful than men. If they should go through one quarter of what we go through, they wouldn't even be able to have the manual strength to do whatever they think they are doing, or to have the brain capacity. We women, in fact, studies have even shown that we women are much good in multitasking. Okay, so know what you are what as a woman, know your power, know your strength. A man can just be doing one thing and only focus on one thing. He does not have the capacity to multitask. So because we have that, it is an advantage for us. Okay. Now, a friend of mine recently was telling me how in her office something like this came up, and then she what she did was to go back home that day and then learn. YouTube is your friend. There is nothing you want to learn in this world that YouTube is not there to teach you. She went on YouTube, she did not sleep. And the next day in the office, she was not even the one teaching a white guy that same thing that he was thinking she does not even have the capacity to even understand. Do you understand now? Having men think they know much more than us, or we know much more than them. I think it is an era that is gradually facing, except you are a woman that don't really know your place in the society, or understand how strong you are, or understand the capabilities you have to be able to push through every kind of barriers that comes at you, be it family, friends, child, marriage, whatever. Okay, now that is one side. Imagine you now have to deal with the issue of race, of racism, that being black alone, it's especially in this part of the world, is something that we have to fight to prove our worth. We have to go the extra mile to prove that, okay, we actually know what you are doing. So please know that. And then for the second question, you said, what will I advise for somebody who is not from the non-technical background? Please, Google is your friend. YouTube is not your friend. There is nothing at all you want to learn about data science that you will not find any topic at all. Any topic. I kid you not, 60% of everything I have learned at the course of my career is from YouTube, is from Google. Okay, it's from just trying to look for one article that have said something, or one paper, or one description, or what somebody has written somewhere. Okay, you can actually, if you're really really determined, especially if you have a place where, okay, I want to learn this, you actually know what you want to learn. That is even the starting point. If you know what you want to learn, 50% of the problem is solved. Then the next thing is to get the time, sit down and actually put your weight on it. There is nothing you cannot learn.
Wow.
Okay,
Thank
and
you so
someone
much, ma.
just
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma. Any other person with questions? Okay,
yeah.
I think Judith dropped a question and says, can
Mm-hmm.
one choose a path in data science because I used to feel like it's too broad, or
Mm-hmm.
is it not the way I visualize it? So yeah.
Okay, yeah. um I'm going back to one of my slide where I talked about interest. Okay, can you see my slide? Um,
Yes,
okay,
ma'am, we
now
can see it.
identify your interest. Now, data science is very broad. Okay, there's health data science, there's risk analysis data science, there's fraud data science, there is, in every sphere in this life, there is data science team for it. Okay, so you have to pick your niche. What actually interests you? Are you a lawyer? Then you can actually combine being a data science in law, being a data science with your law in that field. Do you understand what I'm saying? So maybe in the fashion industry, anywhere, you can connect even your background that is not in the technical field to the data science field. For all fields right now, there's a data analysis vacancy, there is data science vacancy in all fields you can think of. Okay, so that's why I highlighted this interest. Identify your interest. You have to identify your interest. For you to even know your interest, you have to try to explore and be knowledgeable. This will now have to get you to sit down and then do your research. Google is your friend, like I said before. Do your research and be able to identify, okay, where else do I like? What do I like? Okay, then can I be a data science in this field? If yes, then which data science in that particular niche? You can't just be data science of anything. No, you have to pick a niche.
So
Okay, I have a question also.
Okay.
okay, you can ask.
Okay. I'll try to articulate it as best as I can. But I'm trying to know as in living in Nigeria, living in Lagos, and what's it called? Transitioning into data science into a global market. How considering that you're black, you're Nigerian, how do you navigate the global markets? And a woman again, how do you
Yeah,
navigate?
yeah.
Have you had challenges? Have you been through that phase before? Have it happened to you? How did you do it?
Yes, definitely. I was in Ibadan for 6 years after my wedding, and in this Ibadan for these 6 years, I I navigated job search. I was actually doing three job search. Now, funny enough, I even forgot this. After my data science internship with DataLab, I think a month after that, I used the skills and experience I learned from it to actually get a data science role with an FCMG in Lagos. Okay, so start from your small environment, start from your the local opportunities within you. Maybe it could be anything, just like I'm trying to remember this job. This Don't worry, Data Lab will give you opportunities on how to look for job, do CV and stuffs like that. Yeah. So it's a gradual process, always looking for opportunities. Someone like me, I am always hungry for opportunities around. Okay, I am always hungry to see what is, and I always know that as a black and as a woman in this space, in this tech space, there are opportunities available to me. So now, where is that opportunity? We'll have to look for it, or the opportunities will come out, and then so if you're always in the lookout of opportunities, you'll find out that you are connecting to like minds on LinkedIn. You're connecting to like minds on this space, this small lab space. It's small, but it's not so small. It has gone wild, it has gone global. So always look for that opportunity. And where is it? It is inside Google. There's something I will type inside Google that will give me what I want. So what is that thing? Yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Ma, while you were in Ibadan, did you explore global opportunities instead of like the local opportunities? Did you try to search the global markets to see if there was like an internship for you or
Yes, of course. There are always internship. Don't be deceived though. I think for every one successful application I do, I might have done up to 50. I kid you not. 50 rejections that will tell you, me and my friends call it love letter. I think it's a popular saying, love letter. Rejection, unfortunately, I'm sorry, at this time you are not successful. For every one opportunity that says yes, I've gotten 50, 60, 70, 100 that will tell me no. But will that stop you? No. There is somebody somewhere that will tell me yes. You understand? So I looked at opportunities on LinkedIn. I saw some online and remote internship. I applied, no interview, no, and did that, no. Then it was on LinkedIn. I saw this. Office of the Students Funded Scholarship that eventually took me from Nigeria to the UK. You know, a scholarship that paid almost all my tuition fee. In fact, let me even say all my tuition fee in the UK, and I learned artificial intelligence and all these things and at a more advanced level using the basics I learned from DataLab. Yeah, so that is just it. Hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello,
Yeah.
everyone. Thank you so much for the lucid presentation. And to be honest, your achievements are quite a lot, and we really
Sorry, is someone talking? It sounds very faint. Hmm. Okay. If I understand you very well, if I'm right or wrong, please let me know. Sounds like after my internship with DataLab, it was something personal for me to attain more. Like I told you, after I did my internship, I actually got a data analyst role or data science role, yes, in Lagos as a result of. But personally, I wanted more for myself. I wasn't contented with that because I just wanted to gone for the jugular, gone for more. It's personal. Okay, you don't have to do that if you feel you have achieved what you need to achieve from data lab. That is completely fine. Okay, and when it comes to time constraint, trust me, I understand it. I understand it very well because I had two small kids then when I joined data lab. I had a full-time job, you know. I had no house help, so it was something, it was a battle. Is it easy? No. Did I feel like giving up? No. Yes. A lot of times I'm like, what is all this? What is my problem? At least I am not suffering. I'm okay, you know? But it's something that has to come personal to you. Okay. It's something that should be personal to you to achieve more, or if you feel that what you have actually learned is enough. You've used it to get what you want. It's completely fine. You have done amazing. Okay, what's the difference between data and scientists and data analysts, please? Okay, I would say it's the tools they use. All right. Data scientists and data analysts, it is the tools they use that differentiates them. Although sometimes it can be quite confusing to, as some people use these terms interchangeably. But to me, I would say it is the tools they use. For data science, it is code intensive. As a data scientist, you have to code, but as a data analyst, you might code, yes, but not really that much. The coding is not so much. Maybe you're coding in SQL or you're coding in Power BI using data analysis expressions. Um, that is a pure data analyst robot. In data science, you are using something like Python to code. You know, you're using Canvas and stuffs like that. Yeah, hope that answers your question. All right, Dami, over
All
to
right.
you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mrs. Modupe. It's really a great lesson that we've learned from you today. Yeah, we so much learned a lot. We learned a lot, a lot.